Today, Governor Tony Evers signed nearly 30 bills into law aimed at fighting crime in Wisconsin. Among them, a package that would combat the rise in human trafficking. It creates a human trafficking council starting in July of 2025 at the Department of Justice. The team will work to collect data about trafficking, developing training, and creating a state strategic plan to prevent trafficking. Another law would require training for employees who deal with vulnerable people. Coming up tonight at 9 and 10, our State Capitol Bureau Chief will break down more of the bills signed today and what they mean for Wisconsin.